Today is the first part of a very big adventure. We have been invited by one of our clients to go down to the Cotswolds and look at some beautiful luxury apartments and houses overlooking a lake. And it's not just any lake. And we're going to document a little bit of my journey to go down there. We're very fortunate to have been invited from one of our longest standing clients to try and help sell something in the Cotswolds, a place that's very dear to my heart, and something very, very special. So, are you ready for a road trip? We're about to take off and see, first of all, an electric car to go 320 miles. Let's see how that goes. And second of all, arriving in the beautiful Cotswolds, and I believe it's supposed to be sunny. So we're very much looking forward to this journey. One other thing to add, today is a new guest cameraman. So brace yourself and wait to see who that is. So as promised in the beginning of the video, we have a new guest camera person today. He is a long-standing YouTuber within our current David Britton Estates channel. He has been working for me for a number of years now. I'm sure he feels like it's been a lot longer than I think it has been. And today I would like to introduce you to Brendan Foley, and you may have seen him on a significant amount of videos. So Brendan, how are you doing?
Good. Nice early start. We're racing up the motorway. Very excited.
And we're in an electric car, as I said in the opening. Are we going to make it? Are we going to make it? Yes, we are. Of course we are. We'll look with a positive attitude. But we're now going to do our first charge, which was a little before I'd expected, but first charge in time. But Brendan, you are going to be on my cameraman today. Where are we off to?
We're off to the Cotswolds today.
That's very exciting. So the Cotswolds, we are going to go and see a really, really, really cool development. I'm not going to say too much about it before we get there, but I'm very much looking forward to this. And Brendan is going to be my trusty cameraman all day today, and my good level of company on this very long drive. So, first electric charge coming up. Let's see how this goes. Press the red button.
Right, so David has just got up the car and he's just trying to work out this charger. It's not going well. Right, let's go and see how he's doing.
I don't know why that felt a little bit more stressful than it should have done, but thank you to the guys at Porsche South Lakes for helping us, one, learn how to charge this thing, and two, to get us on our way. Okay, 200 miles to go. We'd better press on, or otherwise we're going to be late. Actually, some of the trials and tribulations of wanting to wing your way to a really major appointment is that you come off the M6 and all the air seems to have fallen out of my wheel, which is incredibly painful. We're now quite a few miles away from our destination. Going to be late for my appointment, which is really, really disappointing. But hey, such is life. Hopefully, new tyre comes, we get on the road really quickly, and everything becomes a little easier. Fingers crossed. Progress. And then, unfortunately, about 100 miles away from home, somebody's stolen all the air out of my rear tyre. So I will be coming very soon. Brace yourself. So never expected to be sitting in a car watching Peter Finch play golf with Brendan, thinking, yeah, we should be about 50 miles, 80 miles away from the Cotswolds right now. But we're not. We're sitting watching Peter Finch play golf on YouTube in a car waiting for a recovery truck. So this trip has not started off as planned so far. However, I think the old adage, it can only get better from here, must be the case. Would you not say?
I'd agree. Must be.
How has this trip felt so far, Brendan?
Well, long.
It definitely has felt long. We're hungry, need a wee.
Desperate
It's
for a
now 20 to 2, and tired. 3 o'clock was our expected arrival time, so let's see what happens. But our next instalment is a lovely drive in a recovery truck, which is exactly the mode of transport we were hoping for today. As the next part of our journey continues, this is our next mode of transport to be able to come and take this one. Bloody hell, what is the next form of transport we're going to be in?
Yeah, train.
We're not getting a train. We are not getting any other forms of transport. Next car will be it, Cotswolds. Here we go. So we've got this great guy from the AA that's looking after us to make sure that we get where we need to get to. And next stage of our journey is on this rather large truck, which Brendan and I are not going to be able to get into by the look of things.
I'll drive.
Yeah, it's fine. Brendan's driving now. We're on our way. But yeah, nice blue sky. I hope it stays the same when we get to where we're getting to. But bit of an unusual journey, bit of an unusual start to it. But here we go. Friendly man from the AA. Have a safe day. So the next part of our journey continues. We are all on, thanks to this very kind gentleman, and. All aboard. Well, we said that we were going to not want to go on a train. This has got a kind of bit of a train feel to it. So we're now on board and ready to jump back onto the M6. Feels counterintuitive because we are now going back about 40 miles to be able to then continue our 250 miles from there to be able to carry on with our journey.
Quite excited to see what we're going to get.
Yeah.
From the garage.
Actually, that is a point. What are we going to get? Are we going to get there and they're going to give us a brand new Porsche convertible, or are we going to get there and they're going to swap us back with a Taycan electric, and we'll have to then go through that whole electric saga that we were starting with? Or are we going to get there and they give us the Fiat Cinquecento from the In-Betweeners with a red door? I'm kind of hoping for that's not going to be the case. If it is, I have a feeling that my trusty cameraman today is actually going to become my trusty driver instead. So Fiat Cinquecento it is, and I'm going to have a sleep in the passenger seat. What are you aiming for, Brendan?
Yeah, Cinquecento.
Yeah, do you think that'll work out?
Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, basically, the whole of our trip now, since about 10 o'clock this morning, has meant I've had a range anxiety already, even before we got started. We were stopped at the Porsche garage in South Lakes to start our first electric charge to make sure we had enough to get there, which was lovely, and all the people were very nice, and you have a huge amount of car envy every time you stop there and think it would be lovely to have something. Which one would you have had?
Little grey one at the front.
Oh yeah, it was a 718, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. And now we're heading all the way back to the same place that we started. Going to have a green tea, and hopefully they'll put us in something lovely to be able to get us on that next leg of our journey. But as I've been told by the lovely gent from the AA that's at the front here, we've got a 56 mile an hour maximum limit, warp speed all the way back, and what else could possibly go wrong? Actually, no. Nothing can go wrong. The rest of this journey is going to be amazing. Next step is going to be showing you just as we get into the Cotswolds, and that's it. Unless we get to Porsche South Lakes and something unusual goes amiss there and that Fiat pops out, then we're going to have to start showing you some of that documentation. So Right, see you soon. Hopefully, with gritted teeth, it's going to be the Cotswolds, but we can never tell on this journey. So today, Brendan and I are on a trip to the Cotswolds to have a look at some apartments for a client of ours. Excuse the poor recording quality. I'm just doing this on my phone at the moment. We've got full camera gear and everything else ready for this appointment. And Brendan's going to be my cameraman today. I'm only putting this little message out because my shaky picture is showing that we're actually in a truck on our way back to the car dealership. So we started off this morning full of hope and an electric car journey, which what could ever go wrong with that? And then stopped at our first charging point, which was in South Lakes, charged up, jumped on the M6, tyre burst. Now my car is on the back of a truck with a lovely AA man that's been looking after us, taking us back to the same bloody garage that we went to originally to pick up a hire car to then try and drive 3.5 hours to be able to meet a client that's having a special journey to be able to come and see us. So hopefully when you see this video come out on our YouTube channel, that you'll appreciate the amount of pain that we've had to go through so far to get to this point. But it's all going to be worthwhile in the end, isn't it?
Of course it is. Stress is part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd rather not. But anyway, next instalment coming soon. Good. Here he is. So we have made it alive. We're in Fairford in the Cotswolds. It's absolutely lovely. We made it to the Bull Hotel, which is really nice. Having a beer.
Cheers.
And some pork scratchings. And looking forward to some supper. It's been a long journey. Well, after that calamitous journey yesterday, several hours of difficult driving, what should have been 4-hour journey ended up being very much like an 8.5-hour journey, which is, hey, it is what it is. We got to where we want to get to. But we're in a market village in the Cotswolds called Fairford, which is absolutely lovely. And let's see if I can get you a bit of a glimpse of it behind. And over here behind us is the Bull Hotel where we stayed last night, which is very pleasant. We had a lovely meal, met our clients, and today is a day full of recording. It's a blue sky day, which is very, very nice. And let's see what's in store for us. But this is a nice little pretty street scene in the Cotswold. And yeah, a lovely start to the day. Well, that's a sigh of relief. It's the morning now. We've managed to make it to the Cotswolds, so we can perform our appointment later today, which is a relief because it did take us many hours. And we're in a village called Fairford. Oh well, it's got a very, very nice church behind us. Oh, fucking stupid piece of shit. It's got a very nice church behind us, and the street scene here is very much the Cotswolds. Lots of pretty buildings, lots of heritage, and my ride from yesterday, thank you very much to Porsche South Lakes for being so accommodating. We wouldn't have got here without you. But now, to our next port of call. So my very exciting waterside apartments in a very, very select location. So let's nip down the road and have a look at those. Good morning, Brendan.
Morning.
Yeah, so everybody needs a little sustenance in the morning before a long day of filming, and thought we'd stop and have a quick breakfast. However, it was a little bit of a later evening with our clients, and we did have quite a lot of food and definitely a couple of beers, so I think we're maybe feeling slightly jaded this morning. How are you feeling, Brendan?
Slightly jaded this morning, but ready to rock and roll.
Best night's sleep ever?
Best night's sleep ever. I need a new bed. You can tell now.
Okay. So if anybody out there wants to give Brendan a new bed, then he would be delighted. Right, next step of the journey coming up. So this is the entrance to Lakes by You, a collection of almost 200 luxury villas, self-builds, all situated around an incredible lake environment. with the bluest of blue lakes that I think I've ever seen on any development. The one thing that really struck me, it was good morning, was how secure and safe and what an inviting and welcoming area this was to come to. And then you get to see the incredible development that's been created. So let's see what comes next. So after that calamity of adventure, we've now managed to arrive at Lakes by You. I've had a little bit of a scout round. It's been incredible. So watch out for this full video, which is going to be coming shortly. Got my cameraman at the back, which is actually doing completely nothing now. Yeah, let's do some proper recording and have some fun in this wonderful environment. As a property owner at Lakes by You, there are various different benefits of being here in this wonderful development. That includes the spa facilities and gym facilities that we'll see later, and also the restaurant facilities. But this is something that really excited me. As a property owner, you get the ability to have this for a private party. Imagine having a lovely anniversary or birthday party here, and you get to have this lovely space, which really is as beautiful as some of the apartments that we're going to see later in this, with all the facilities you could need. But as you're at Lakes by You, there is definitely an added extra benefit, because you have all of this almost quintessential country garden space, this lovely decking, and then we are presented with a private section of lake, so that you get to have your party or your bit of relaxation here with these absolutely spectacular views. Now that is a view to die for. And now a chance to see some of the facilities. Come on, follow me now. So we've got this wonderful building, and it's all surrounded by this almost beautiful orchards and really tranquil space, making this a lovely, relaxing space to come and have spa treatments, use the pool facilities, use the gym, use the yoga facilities. Whatever you're looking for, this building, from a relaxation perspective, is going to give you a wonderful experience. So it starts with a nice, substantial pool, almost probably of an Olympic size. We've got this nice breakout area, which is a fantastic place just to sit and relax and let the world just drift by. Now, I'm not going to go in there and hit the gym in here at all by any stretch of the imagination, but you have a fantastic, fully functional gym facility, which is connected to the yoga area as well. So coming into here, you have a bit of everything, and very high quality gym equipment. So that means that if you are looking to be able to sweat off those extra pounds after enjoying a lovely barbecue outside your lakefront villa or lakefront apartment, then you have that. And in here, the final space is a kind of yoga, dance, I'm sure Zumba classes, that kind of thing. But this gives you a real chance to have that tranquil feeling, but then come in here, find some rest, some relaxation, or even just sweat off those few extra pounds if you need. So now we're going to go and have a look at the restaurant aptly, because I've been there and the food and everything else is fantastic. I'm looking forward to showing you that now. Now, our first exciting property that we're going to get to see, I'm not even going to take you around the property. I'm literally going to take you through the front door and immediately to the view. Come on, follow me. So in here, we've got a lovely detached unit, very green, very leafy. And this is the part that you haven't seen so far. Come on through, all the way through. And how would you fancy this being your view every day while you're enjoying your property? And I'm going to steal the camera for just a moment, because we also have one of the most beautiful blue lakes surrounded in this absolutely tranquil environment. Oh, I'm going to have to give you back to Brendan. Oh. So, what did you think on that for your first approach to this? Absolutely tranquil, idyllic, and I'm going to say the words idyllic and tranquil probably about 20 times because we've got other properties to see. But now is the time to take a tour. So, let's have a tour around. If you look at the design types of these, they are built to an exacting standard, very much to fit within the surroundings and the environment that they've been created for. Even the internal furnishing packages which are available with each property are to a standard and design that probably you or I wouldn't be able to achieve ourselves. That means that you have theoretically your own personal designer making something that which is current or making something which is very comfortable that fits the style that you want to holiday or relax in or spend your time around. As some of these properties can also be used from a holiday rental perspective, this means that every person that comes to take a stay here will be staying in the lap of luxury. And that means we need to have a little bit of a tour. So I'm actually going to take the camera again from Brendan and I'm going to give you a bit of a tour of this. So we've got very comfortable, cozy sitting area, and the gallery at the top there, you can see sneaking up this is a large double bedroom. But all of the space and fittings are very, very lovely. And I can imagine this wood burning stove or this multi-fuel burning stove, whatever it is, would be rather nice on a winter's evening whilst you're looking over that view. The bedroom areas being open plan really means that this entire property has a real feeling of it being inclusive throughout, but can be private and separate if you want it to be so. The fit and finish of all of the bathroom and all of the white goods is very high end and really to a standard that you would expect in a fantastic property such as this. There are so many spaces, but now that's Brendan, my cameraman for today. There are so many spaces, but now taking you upstairs, we got these little stairs up to the master bedroom at the top here, which is galleried, but you've got some nice hangout areas, and there is also a nice little sort of extra sleeping area should one require so. And then we come into this bathroom, which is again fitted to an extremely high standard and very, very well appointed. And I think for the purposes of this video, I'm going to peek over the top to show you what you would be looking at every day. And that's all finished off with incredible lake views. Stunning. The new neighbours have just come out to see us. And here we go. Hello. Look at those little beauties. Obviously enjoying their surroundings. And absolutely loads of fish under there as well. Oh, aren't they very friendly? Beautiful. So come on in. Now, the property that we've just seen was amazing, but this apartment is to die for. 3 bedrooms, beautifully furnished. Again, the furniture package has been used for this, but come and have a look at this. As far as roof terraces go, or as far as balconies go, you've got absolutely loads of space, but look at that view. Look at that view. Absolutely beautiful. And so much space up here. This is one of 2 terraces which are with this top floor property. And you've got a huge amount of space in every single room, but finished to this really unctuous standard with all of these beautiful colours and a really lovely vibe that you can just walk straight into every single time you come. Coming through into here, we'll come back to the bathroom in a moment. We've got a rather lovely, and I'm going to pop this open for a moment. We've got a rather lovely, so we'll have to stop. We'll cut it when we come into there, because this should be open. So come on in. Now, the property that we've just seen was amazing, but this apartment is to die for. 3 bedrooms, beautifully furnished. Again, the furniture package has been used for this, but come and have a look at this. As far as roof terraces go, or as far as balconies go, you've got absolutely loads of space, but look at that view. Look at that view. Absolutely beautiful. And so much space up here. This is one of 2 terraces which are with this top floor property. And you've got a huge amount of space in every single room, but finished to this really unctuous standard with all of these beautiful colours and a really lovely vibe that you can just walk straight into every single time you come. Coming through into here, we'll come back to the bathroom in a moment. We've got a rather lovely, and I'm going to pop this open for a moment. We've got a rather lovely, so we'll have to stop. We'll cut it when we come into there, because this should be open. Okay, so let's have a look in here. So we'll have a look in the bathroom in a moment, but this master bedroom with these huge doors going onto the terrace and that view over the lakes is absolutely stunning. And as we walk around here, and I'll point out some of the other elements within here, it's very worthwhile mentioning that Lakes by You actually will look after a full letting package for you if you would require them to do so. That means that they can make sure everything is pristine clean as it is when the day that you bought it, look after all of the potential tenants that come in and give you a significant return on investment. And I'm going to recap on that later. Please have a look in this ensuite, because that is rather special. And then there are 2 further bedrooms. Now, this is the smaller of the 2 remaining, but a nice big double. There's a quite substantial sized ensuite. And again, a doorway leading through to, me pushing it the wrong way, a lovely terrace again, but looking over something different. We've got a woodland view in every direction, which is very, very special. And the final bedroom is in here, which I love. Again, a fantastic ensuite. But this room, with its floor to ceiling windows, has a view over an alternative lake, making this space absolutely fantastic. Now, this is the tour over for this specific property, but there's so much to say about Lakes by You and this whole facility that I'm going to do in a recap at the end of this video. Where have you gone? No. Just follow along like candid. It doesn't have to be produced. This is just a chat. This is just going to be behind the scenes, okay? If you don't want to be in it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, of course. You're off the radar, aren't you? Me too. So we're now going to have a little walk down. God, it's been really, really exciting being here today. We got this, you cannot believe this until you come here. The kind of experience is phenomenal. It's like the most pristine wildlife retreat you've ever been to, with some architecturally quite challenging builds, which look fascinating. The bluest lakes and ponds you've ever seen. We're just going to have a little wander down, because there's a launch that goes in between. So if you wanted to take your boat down onto the lake, then you get that opportunity. So I think it'd be quite nice for us to go and have a look at that. I mean, as always, I've planned the weather. The weather's perfect. It's as blue sky as you could ever imagine. And actually, it's probably about 17 degrees, so I don't want to go back to the Lake District, but we will, because we love it. So this nice, tranquil setting all the way through is absolutely beautiful. And between these apartments around us, you've got this, an access way to take you down all the way to the lake. So if you want to kayak or have your own little boat, not a motored boat, but your own boat, you've got this sandy beach. We have a sandy beach in the Cotswolds. Blue sea, it's not blue sea, but it's a blue lake. Look at this. Oh. Some parts of my job are hard to explain. This is a highlight, absolute highlight. And Brendan, I'm going to get you on this. What do you think on this so far?
Let's make some sandcastles. Awesome.
Honestly,
Yeah.
what do you think on this place?
It's one of the most stunning places I've been in such a long time. I mean, me and David went to the Maldives, and this really gives that vibe. So very, very impressive.
I want to see you now paddle out on that paddle board and get yourself into that blue water. What an incredible place. Wow. I've said before in many videos, I love my job. And I actually really, really love my job and experiences that we get to have, from very humble beginnings to world travel, international properties, fantastic life that we've built for ourselves in Cumbria and the Lake District, the people that we've got to meet after all those times. And then you come to somewhere like this, which is so standout that you kind of never know that it exists, but it does. And I'm looking at it, and you are looking at it too. So I hope you've enjoyed this tour so far. I don't think it's quite finished, but what an opportunity. Okay, so our last property tour for today. Actually, not a full property tour. Come on in. This is the same footprint as the other apartment that we've shown you, but this has got a different style of finish. Now, this is important. There's a full design team by you, which will design something and make it completely different. So if you look at this is not the same as the one that we just saw, which was on the top floor. This has got a very different feel to it. I mean, the two properties that we put in the video are both sold, but that means that Lakes by You can produce a house for you, or if they've got any in stock, then you can consider those. But this has a ground floor view. So you've got this absolutely enormous terrace here, a nice bit of garden space as well. And if we look over here, actually, let me grab that camera. We've got loads and loads and loads of fish, and it's just a very beautiful, tranquil location set in the heart of the Cotswolds with design types that do not look anything like a typical Cotswolds village. But for me, this is a real standout. I could come away from here relatively emotional just with the way that this feels. So another wonderful addition to this estate is the coffee house and restaurant that's here and what it backs onto. So as you come into this rather nice area, it's a bit hustle and bustle at the moment. We don't want to interrupt anyone. You've got these fantastic facilities which are incredibly busy, but I'm going to take you outside so that we can have a look at the lake. Stop. Don't want to upset anyone. You still recording?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, and we'll keep going. Okay, so I didn't want to interrupt anybody that was in there at the moment because I'm sure everyone's having a nice cup of coffee and a slice of cake or something like that. But as a beautiful surrounding to be able to sit and enjoy that, you get this. Sailing boats every day will be going around giving a beautiful vista whilst you enjoy some refreshments as a part of this estate at Lakes by You. I've knitted this in somewhere in between the rest, but there's been so much to show you, and hopefully you enjoy the next part. Okay, so I thought it would be fitting if we could speak to James, Head of Sales for Lakes by You. He's been gracious enough to give us this opportunity to come and maybe assist with a few sales and get the word out there to some of our followers about this fantastic estate. You've worked here for...
Around 8 years now.
Around 8 years. And in 8 years, you've told me lots of stories about people coming in and the wonderful atmosphere that you have here. What's the standout thing about this estate for you?
I think it's the natural beauty of turning something as a scar on the landscape into something so magical, and it is a secret haven for our typical London audience. It's the idyllic lock up and leave that's safe, quiet, relaxing, but practical.
Yeah. The feeling that I got coming here was not what I expected. I don't know what I expected, to be fair with you, but you were telling me a little bit about the history of this. So when did this all start?
This was bought, I believe, in around 98 on spec with no planning as a working active quarry. And we chased the developer across the site, the excavator across the site as we were selling at a phenomenal rate, at growing rates every year, 8.5% growth.
That's incredible. How many places can you get that?
In the UK, I know of nothing in property growing at that rate.
So we've been talking about the mixed uses that people have. You have people that use their own property all year round, that design their own properties, that build their own properties, and there's obviously design parameters set for that. But you also can look at this from a investment portfolio perspective as holiday lets. Explain a little bit about that.
The multifaceted approach we have for the property here is it can be your quiet second home in the country that's all maintained and managed for you. You can rent it out should you wish. Many choose not to. It's their safe haven. There are those that rent their properties out ranging from £1,000 a night to £15,000 a night.
Wow.
It's a magical place that's got some fantastic growth figures as well as investment figures. You can achieve a yield between 6 and 8% net, should you wish to.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's a safe investment, and there's no such thing in this world, but this is as safe in property as I think we can do.
You get to work here every day. You get to see here every day. And I can tell from the few hours that we've spent together how incredibly passionate you are about not only your job, but the surroundings that are around you. It's been refreshing to see.
It's an absolute pleasure to work here every single day. We can't exactly moan when we come to the office.
Come on, look at this.
It's very special.
Thank you so much. And thank you for your hospitality today. I really appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure.
And we're going to just finish off with a little bit of a conclusion. And I think the conclusion is, this is a very highly luxurious estate of specifically cut. So for our conclusion, actually, I don't even know if I need one. I'd like to present you with this and all of the other places that you've seen within this video. So, investment property, lock up and leave, safe, secure, wonderful family environment, spa facilities, gym facilities, an enormous swimming pool, somewhere for rest, relaxation. It is a location that fits in the heart of the Cotswolds, but it doesn't feel like you're in the heart of the Cotswolds. It feels as if with the different design types that you are surrounded with nature, built in nature, and it feels incredible. That incredible, I am going to be booking for my family to come back here for a bit of a break, so hopefully sometime in spring, because I see how this is for and feels for everybody that lives here, and I feel like I want to have a part of that. So this is time for inquiries. If you like what you've seen, and if you'd like to have further information, please do give me a shout. You've all got the number and you've all got the email address, and I look forward to answering some questions for you very soon. Thank you.